Hi everyone, in this video we are going to be adding and subtracting radicals. So in my previous videos we did multiplying radicals and dividing radicals, so now we're going to add and subtract them. It's very similar, just some different rules that come with adding and subtracting. So I have 4 examples here, and let's go ahead and look at them. So on this number 1, when you're looking at this problem, the first thing that you need to check is that your indexes are the same. The index is the number that sits right in this little pocket right here. So since there isn't one here, that means it's a square root. So there's an invisible 2 as their index. So their index is the same. But now we also need to look, is the number under the radical the same? They are not. So if those numbers could not be factored down more, we would say that this is the final answer. However, I think we might be able to factor down 18 and 50 more. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to zoom in here, and let's go ahead and simplify the 2 square roots. So I made a video about how to do this, but just a reminder, I like to prime factor the number all the way down where it can't be factored anymore. So when I think of 18, I think 2 times 9 is 18. 2 is factored all the way. I can't divide it by anything else besides 1. And then 3 times 3 is 9. Those 2 numbers are also factored all the way down. So this is really 6 times the square root of 2 times 3 times 3. Plus, put my 3 there, and let's factor down 50. I think of 5 and 10. And remember, if you think of different numbers, like if you started with 2 and 25, you'll get the same answer as me because the prime factorization is always the same. 2 numbers that multiply to be 10 are 2 and 5. Those are also factored all the way down. So the prime factorization of 50 is 5 times 2 times 5. So let's continue simplifying them. Since these are both square roots, that means we need 2 of the same number to take 1 out. So I see I have 2 3s, so I can take that out and multiply them. And I'll just write this step just so you can visualize it. So those go away and I'm left with 2. Plus, I have 2 5s, so I can take out one 5 and multiply them. 3 times 5. All that's left there is a 2. So now I'm left with 18 times square root of 2 plus 15 times the square root of 2. So since the radicals are the same, they're both squared, and the number under the radical are the same, we can add the front numbers. So 15 plus 8 is, or 18, I'm sorry, is 33. The root, this does not change. Think of it as like a variable. Pretend that it's an x. So my answer to this one is 33 times the square root of 2. So let's look at number 2. We're going to do the same thing here that we just did. So let's factor these all the way down first. I think of 2 and 10. 2 is factored all the way down. 2 and 5. So this is really 14 times the square root of 2 times 2 times 5 minus 3. And let's factor down 125. I think of 5 and 25 and 5 and 5. Those are all factored all the way down. So times the square root of 5 times 5 times 5. Sorry, my 5s look like S's. So now we need 2 of the same number to take it out of the radical. So in the first one, I have 2 2s. So let's multiply it by the front number. 14 times, I can only take out 1. Because this is technically the square root of this right here. is technically the square root of 4, which is 2. So that's why I'm doing that. That's why this like little, not hack, but that's why this works. Minus, take out 2 5s. 3 times 5 is 15. And I'll actually write that step there. And under the radical, I'm left with 5. Simplify it down. 28 times the square root of 5 minus 15 times the square root of 5 equals 13 times the square root of 5. Done with that one. All right, let's keep trudging. So now we have cubed roots. So let's factor these down. What do I think of here? I think of 9 and 9. I feel like I had like a little brain fart there. And then 3 and 3. 3 and 3. So those all are the prime factorization. So 3 times square root of 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 minus 2 times the square root of, what do we have here? I think of 2 and 27. 2's done. 3 and 9. And I'm going to move over here a little bit. 3 and 3. So 2 times the square root of, oh, and these are cubed roots. Don't forget that. That would have been a very tragic mistake there. All right, so since my index is 3, I need 3 of the same number to take 1 out. So I have 3 3s, so I'll take that out. So I have 3 times 3. Those are gone. Times the cube root of 3. Minus, I have 3 3s here. Take that out. 2 times 3. Those are gone. Times the cubed root of 2. Just a side note, I feel like a lot of people, the cube root of 3 is not 1. Please never write that. 1 times 1 is not 3. So just be careful about that. I know that seems silly, but it just happens sometimes. So 3 times 3 is 9. So I have 9 times the cube root of 3 minus 6 times the cube root of 2. And that's great because our indexes are the same, but the number under the indexes are not the same. So we can't do anything else. And this is our final answer. All right, last but not least, we have 32. Let's factor this down. I think of 2 and 16. 2 and 8, 2 and 4, and 2 and 2. That's a lot of 2's we got going on there, right? So this is the 4th root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 plus the 4th root of, factor this down. I think of 4 and 12. 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 2 and 2. And let's see, I probably can't fit all these under there. Maybe, oh, I did, cool. So now our index is 4. So we need 4 of the same number to take out 1. I have 4 2's, so I can take out 1 2 to the front here. And there's a 2 left over down there. Plus, and then over here, I also have 4 2's, so I can take out 1 2. 4 3, what's left over in there? 3. And just like the other problem, we see we have the same indexes, but because the numbers under the square root or the radical symbol are not the same, we can't go any further. So this is your final answer. Now you're probably thinking, okay, well, couldn't I have just left this as my answer? No, because it is not technically simplified all the way down. So don't think we did all this work here for you not to be able to do anything. This is what they are looking for. So I'm going to zoom out so you can take a screen grab or whatever you need to of these. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so I can continue making videos like this. And feel free to check me out on TikTok, where I put shorter versions of these videos on. Anyway, I hope this helps, and I hope you have a great day.